Right, round two. I think I've managed to forget to take out the Nyx-Fleece Ram, so we've still got one of them in our main, playing 61 yet. Probably draw it in our opening hand here. No, we don't. Okay, so we've got Alseid, we've got Kytheon. Don't like this hand much. We haven't got much power. We can go one drop and then nothing. There is the potential to flip this guy though. If we do draw another creature, there's a chance we can flip him. On the play, we really need to draw some more power. I'm going to keep it because I don't really know. Am I going to keep it? Don't draw anything. Oh, let's go for it. But I'm really not sure. I mean, we've got lands and spells, but it's just... If this land was a 2-drop, it'd be absolutely fine. So if we draw pretty much any creature, I think we'll be okay, which I guess we should, because we've got a deck full of creatures. If we draw like another Brave the Elements, or another Declaration in Stone, or like a Cast Out, or the Convoke spell, then it's pretty bad. So let's play the most powerful one on turn 1, maybe get him for 2 damage. I'll try and play it. Yeah, so it's the kind of reason why I don't like having so many like Brave the Elements kind of cards in the deck, where if we draw another one now it's pretty bad. I think you want a smattering of these effects but not too many. Witching Well is fine, don't know what this deck is at all. Probably some other person kind of testing that I haven't seen Witching Well in any sort of proper meta decks, so could be interesting. Could be some sort of artifact based thing, could be Jeskai Ascendancy, that would be a nice one. Not good. Anything but that would have been good. I guess it's better than a Plains, but that's the best I can say about that. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Could just be a control deck playing it. It could be anything. I'm guessing some kind of artifact combo thing, because I think without its type counting, I think you just play sort of Opts or Omens over this. I really like the card, I really like it, but I think it's good when the fact it's an artifact matters, and the fact it's a permanent matters. If you can, I don't know, bounce it or turn it into a creature or do other things with it. Seen some modern play in the Urza decks which care about it being an artifact. There we go, so they're playing some kind of affinity type deck which doesn't... Oh yeah, okay, Emery makes sense. I still don't know what they're doing with all of these artifacts and stuff in the bin. I guess it could be the... is it in Soul kind of deck? I've got no idea. I think we're just going to have to Declaration in Stone the Emery though to stop going off a bit. To stop them getting back. I don't know, one on top to... This could be like the old Cheerios kind of deck. There was one in Standard that played Aether Flux Reservoir for sort of the win con, and they just keep casting stuff and drawing cards off of... What do they draw cards off of? Sai helped them, but there was one that sort of drew a card every time they played an artifact or something. It was mental. Could be not Word Invention, the other thing. It's like you put cards back into your hand and you draw that many cards. It's a bit mental. So I mean, they're not blocking with Emery here. Block here though. So if I swim with this, they'd probably just let it through. Do we risk that? I think block here, then we go, ugh. So do we just deck and sit it now? Don't give them the option. Maybe they've got a second one in hand. Maybe they don't care about getting an alt up to back. I'd rather just get rid of it now. Set up the swing with 3 next turn. So we get rid of this. Don't like the fact we give them another artifact. But it turns off the Mox Amber. And allows us to attack with both things. Why do people keep having artifact creatures against their Brave Elements? It's really annoying. And Alseid as well can also give protection from a colour, not colourless. Yeah, colour, good choice. I really like the Ravens deck. I have no idea what they're trying to do, but I love some of these cards. I don't particularly like the playstyle of these decks myself, but I like seeing them. I like Sai. Emery's brilliant. Moxama's nice. Nice looking card and nice ability. It's nice. It's not too powerful. It's not sort of bannable like the Mox Opal that just got banned, but it's still playable, I think, in sort of these formats where you're trying to do weird, janky yet kind of powerful things. I'm assuming this is an Aetherflux Reservoir sort of win combo, win condition, but I'm trying to think what else it could be. Oh, it could be. It could just be like a slight white splash. We don't even need the white splash of Guild Globes, do you, to do the Dance of the Mance is the card I'm thinking of. So swing of all these, flip this guy. I can even give him indestructible if I need to, but I shouldn't need to against 1 blue mana. Hopefully they haven't got just like an unsummon or something here to screw us up. If they have, I'm actually really tempted to just break the elements to get this guy to flip, because if he flips then suddenly that is a bit more pressure on them. Unfortunately we don't have a nice follow-up play after combat here. Nice if we could sort of put a 2 or 3 drop down, but I guess they just block here again. And then just don't block at all. Weird. I guess they were just worried about a pump effect. Maybe they really need this to stay on the battlefield. I think I can actually activate this guy as well, can't I? So I can make the Ornithopter attack him next turn. That's pretty cool. I can +2 him, or give something indestructible to my next turn. No, I think I'll just make the Ornithopter have to attack. It's pretty cool. Gets him out of the way, doesn't it? And then, unfortunately, land go. That's the bad bit. Yeah, having a Gideon on the battlefield always feels quite good. He's always a bit of a thumper with other bonus abilities. So yeah, I kind of underestimated that sort of make their blocker attack him. It's kind of like pseudo removal every turn. The only problem is if it's a sizable thing, if it's like a 3/3, then you can only do that once or twice. Right. Chapter 3 is what we're going to be worried about here. So let's try and kill them before they get anywhere near chapter 3. We can attack for 6 next turn and then 6 next turn. So there's a potential they just die if they don't have any blockers before then. We can do the draw in the cast out that I keep saying is bad. They have to attack here, and we attack back for. It's usually 4. He has a 4, 4, 5, 6. They get a 6. And they have 4, 5 cards basically next turn to stop us winning. So yeah, something to get rid of this would be great. Jacob, you're a genius. You're putting in the exact cards that I slagged off earlier that are just winning against these janky decks. So the question is, do I need to wait for any reason? No. Let's just cast that now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Card is good. Like, don't get me wrong. Cast out's a good card. It's just, am I picking anything other than this? No. Activate this guy. Trying to click through my attack phase. Annoyingly I've seen a slight flaw in my plan, is that I didn't make this guy have to attack Gideon this turn, so we can't actually win next turn. Because they can just block next turn, so they're going to stay alive. They're going to stay very alive. But also we're not going to go very dead by thinking about it, we probably should have just cast out the Ornithopter. Because this was just going to draw them a card next turn. I mean, I guess they have to block with this, and then it's gone, isn't it? They could block here, and then it would be. If they block there, they get a 5. Yeah, so they can only block once with this, so probably made sense. It denies them a card. Opponents having a big long think about how they can block. They can get a card off of that, so they could still potentially have 5 cards next turn. you play another blocker, it could be a problem. So weirdly, like another removal spell will probably be quite good next turn. Don't have any haste creatures, so I haven't disconnected that. But yeah, it's quite funny that first game we won through the land that I said you shouldn't play, and the second game we could win through the cast out that I said you shouldn't play. But had this been a 3-mana version of it, would have done exactly the same, Banishing Light. So I stand by that. Banishing Light would be much better, I think, in this deck. The flash is nice, don't get me wrong, flash is good, but alright. And protection potentially if we need it. Yeah, I was maybe a little bit hasty to cast that. Maybe there's a really weird world where we should have held it. We probably should have waited till their end step. They would have got an extra card off of this. But if they didn't do anything, they might have tapped out, sort of spinning their wheels. If this is the only blocker left, we would have just won next turn. So they're going to cast some stuff, draw some cards. I think that actually would have been better. They would have drawn an extra card, so it'd be one card nearer to. But it would have been slightly dodgy if they've got like a Metallic Rebuke or even like a Spell Pierce or anything like that. But I feel like they're just gonna tap out, trying to do their thing. We might still win anyway. They might have to just jump the Ornithopter and then die the turn afterwards, but it gives them an extra turn that they maybe actually didn't need to have. And yeah, this definitely can't give protection from colourless, and we couldn't be able to win anyway because it's still only 5. So another Alseid doesn't really help. This has to just become a creature. So he has no real choices here. And they have to block something. They don't have to die, they can just block a 1/1, but then they go to 1. So probably should have played. Brave the Elements does the same thing anyway. Probably should read what their cards do. Yeah, they're nowhere near dead now. I thought this was just a cantrip and then they sack it to draw a card, to get mana out of it. That's a pretty good one. I guess had I just made this thing have to attack it next turn, they would just waited, so that was going to happen sooner or later. Again, it's colourless, so none of this works. Buying them time for sure. Definitely buying them time. We're going to chip down for 1 a turn here. Do I want an Alseid or do I just want to pump out a Castle Ardenvale thing? They're almost identical. I'd rather just do this and keep the card. There's just no real difference. I guess this means I can protect something now. So I guess would be that. Because then I can have the mana up to protect a Gideon if they're going to use a cast out of their own on it or something. I mean, they're still kind of in the same situation here, that they're going to have to chump block unless they do their thing. I still don't know what their thing is. But they have got 5 cards in hand. I think the card I'm thinking of is 5 mana, and you can improvise, I think, so you can tap your artifacts to play it, and you can return any number of things to your hand and play them again. And draw a card for each one that went back to your hand. And I still forget his name. Yeah, played that one as well. That's a pretty good one. But they're still not doing much, unless they're holding up some counter magic here. They're still gonna sort of have to chump this turn. I guess they can just... yeah, they have to actually jump the Gideon as well, which is good, so this thing will be gone. Radio Elements is sort of the worst thing you can be drawing right now against colourless blockers. So let's not miss this trick. Might still be fine here if we just get this blocker out of the way. This also puts them to 2. I don't think they can just kill us, if they untap and kill us, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure this is just the Aetherflux Reservoir list. I played this thing as well, which suddenly means you can cast all this stuff for really cheap. You can kind of tap your artifacts to play other artifacts. Oh, I don't like whatever this is. Non-artifact spells. Okay, you can't tap your artifacts by artifacts, but you can tap your artifacts to play your blue spells to bounce them and to draw cards and everything, and then play more artifacts. I'm just going to go around in circles, and then eventually something happens. I think what happens is you have Aetherlux Reservoir out, and it kind of yeah, this is the one. Paradoxical Outcome. I didn't even realise it was instant. I thought it was 5 mana. This card's good. So you bounce stuff and draw cards. White creatures you control. So I can only give white creatures. I couldn't even target this up anyway, so I can't stop this. They're also going to go to 2. So it still might just be dead, but they've just got all the cards in the world now. So, yeah. I think we've seen both the previous round. I want to yield through to end step, and in this round, I think we're giving the opponents a lot of time to potentially do something. So if they were playing stronger decks, they would have killed us by now. They would have comboed off. They would have done the inverted combo. They would have done the Lotus Breach combo, like way earlier than this. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. About now they'd be killing us. I think maybe the previous turn they could have done it. The other aggro decks would have killed us quicker. Control decks probably would have just wiped the board by now, which we'd have had no real answer to. I guess the Gideon would have been an answer, but Gideon's been good. Flipping him's been pretty cool. They have kind of blanked him twice in a row though, so it's not been that great. But yeah, I think it shows how we're about sort of 2 or 3 turns off how quick we need to be, because we're just given these sort of subpar decks. I don't mean any offence to them. They're just not tier 1 decks, tier 1 or competitive. I guess they had nothing to stop us. So what the hell do we bring in to stop this stuff? I guess we bring in... I don't like the fact that our removal is singular. If this was like Gideon's Intervention would be awesome in this matchup. I wonder if that'd be a useful one to have anyway, just to... like it's fine if you just cast it for 3 mana to destroy a thing. It's the same cost as this. It just doesn't exile it, so you can still just destroy Walking Ballista or other things. And I guess these kind of matchups aren't that regular, are they? So, but yeah, we'll bring these in, even though 3 mana to get rid of them sort of 0 mana things or whatever seems a bit bad. I don't think they're attacking us, so that seems bad. The emblem on here is probably not relevant if it's the deck I'm thinking of. They can just use one of the sort of notches on Aetherlux Reservoir to take out Gideon. I think I'll still bring just like 1 in, because if they've got ways to deal with creatures, it's kind of another avenue of attack, and we might be able to just sort of blank her if they do get the Antiquities War off, or they just play like, I don't know, not Tempest Gin, what's it called? There's like a 5/6, which is like 6 mana, but you can pay 4 mana and tap an artifact to cast it instead. Things like that. They might bring in just some big chunky blue flies or something. Rest in Peace actually seems okay against Emery. The question is, do we want to take that out for our own? It's going to ruin our own things like this. I think I'm going to bring a couple of those in. That screws up Emery. I'm going to take all of these out, and I'm going to take out the other things that come back. Not all of them though. A couple of those. So we need 3 more cards to come out. Maybe. I think this is fine. I guess the Forsake hits the same things that cast out. So maybe cut a cast out or 2, but then it's the Rest in Peace that good. Nyx-Fleece shouldn't be in there. I'm going to cut 1 cast out and one of these cards. We don't want the curve to be too high. I'm not sure about the Rest in Pieces, to be honest, but I think if Emery is key to what they're doing, which it could be, maybe it slows them down enough. What I don't like about the Rest in Pieces is that it hurts our deck as well. We've got quite a lot of things that come back from the graveyard, so it's kind of a real non-bo there. So maybe we'd be better off with just like a Tormod's Crypt or something, or just a different way of stopping them cast stuff in the graveyard, like a Kunos. I think that'd be a non-bo as well, but obviously he's in black as well. But so I'm going to keep this. It's quite reactive, but we've got 2 of our sideboard cards. We'll find out if the Rest in Peace is good here, I suppose. I don't think we need to cast it on curve. We can just start off with the Adorned Pouncer. I'm really hoping that these videos are clear enough to watch. I think if you watch them slightly smaller, like within the YouTube video, and if you just obviously know the cards I'm talking about anyway, hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I tried to fiddle around with it earlier to make the resolution a bit better, and it was just wasting time. I think it's just the computer's speed. I think it's probably found the optimum settings that if I tried to improve it, it would just... That's fine. It would just slow the thing down and become too jerky, miss frames and everything anyway, so probably better having a slightly fuzzy, blurry video with actual normal speed. There we go, the 1-drop on turn 2 is great, isn't it? Land next turn will be really nice. Barring that, I don't really want to have to cycle a Forsake. I think Tezzeret's quite a good one. I think I'm going to cast the Rest in Peace. Whatever happens here, just to stop them getting the Ornithopter back, slows them down. It basically stops them. It denies them a card. It's really bad that I'm going to say I'll go land. I'm going to go cast another Embalm thing, and then complete non-bo. If they get rid of these, they're just gone forever. Going off again, opponent. Alright, so I think we swing with this. They're not going to block. Very surprised if they did. I'm not going to give them the token this time of declaration. So yeah, swing with this. I definitely think they're not going to block because it's got the Eternalize ability anyway, but also I don't think they want to lose the Emery. Maybe they've got another Emery in hand. But yeah, it's just a turn where I want to play the Rest in Peace. So hitting for 2, cast this. It's just a very, very slow start. We really need to draw a land, sort of running lands really. 1 would be fine, just gives us some mana to do that. Anything but a land is quite bad here really. I'm hoping that slowed them down a decent amount. There we go. There's the Flux Reservoir. So that is, every time they cast a spell, I remember this, they gain a life for each spell they cast this turn and they pay 50 to hit us for 50. So as long as we're not on high life total, then we could just try and race them in terms of life, but I don't think that's going to happen. And they're just going to get in for 1 with the Emery because they're not blocking with it. Just to be honest, they could just block with it, right? Probably better just getting rid of our creature. Anyway, we got the land, so that's pretty good. Do we just exile this now? I think the answer is yes. So they'll attack first because they want 1 card, so they can just do nothing next turn. All they can do is scry 2 from what is on the board. They can sack these for no value, just get life. This is on cast trigger, so we're just going to get rid of that now. We'll slow ourselves down. Annoy the opponent, maybe they just scoop in a minute if we just keep screwing up what they're trying to do. Get rid of the graveyard, get rid of the win con. If we just draw like another way of getting rid of that, I don't think they've got that many ways of killing us outside. I guess they've got Antiquities War. That'd be quite a bad one here. That's not a bad card for them, but it doesn't allow them to actually do anything right now. Alright, so we're just going to cast this guy, I think. This is still not doing anything. Other than attacking for 1 every turn. I don't really know why they're not just trading here. I guess it goes forever, but they can get rid of this somehow. We could just cast 2 1-drops as well. Might stop them attacking. Flying Vigilance, Lifelink. What's the difference particularly there? These can't attack in. whereas this can. And this can also block the Emery, stop the annoying Whomping. Yeah, it just seems better. I guess it's easier to answer than just one card answers it instead of two, but I mean, then block it, you know, the Emery just answers those two anyway. They can just block, they can just stop attacking with the Emery, and then we're a bit out of answers. Oh, that's not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Okay, so they've got loads of cards in hand, of which most of them we actually know, but they're going to splurge all those out again, and most of them draw them cards as well. So this is in their exile zone. We should know what they've got back. Witching Well, Golden Egg, Mox Amber. Size pretty good. We're going to have to exile him. But he's kind of done his nasty work here. Yeah. The way they start kind of churning this together is in a minute they'll go like another. They've got the Inspiring Statue down, so now they'll go like. Is tap for coloured mana? No. Yeah, this is looking good for them because they, even though I've got rid of a couple of the key pieces, they're going to gain life every turn. They're going to draw a load of stuff. So I'm almost tempted to just deck instead of Thopters at this point. If I've got another one, I'm going to have to be patient. But yeah, in a minute they'll go like another paradoxical outcome. Go all the way around again, and it gets very scary, and they just win. I think we have to take out the side to stop them churning out these Thopters. Gives them a clue though, which I really don't like. I don't really have another choice. So if I cast this guy, and this gets flying as well, and they can still just block it. Go for the Westvale Abbey plan again. Doesn't feel good. I think we just have to get rid of this. And they can even sack some artifacts and draw a card before he goes because they've got these. Alright. No, I don't think we're going to win this one because I think we just don't have enough sort of interaction. We've got too many things that don't do much like this. I'm trying to think for game 3 what I would take, what I'd bring in for these. Oh god, they could just have an actual counter spell here. No, they're gonna bounce everything back to hand, draw a million more cards. I mean, at least they don't get their thing. This is not good. I'll just cast my hand out here and pass. I don't want to swing in with this, I'll just triple block it. I mean, I would if I was them anyway. I mean, maybe, only way of winning here is we go play another creature, draw another 2 lands, make whatever this guy's name is, Ormondale, and then attack for 9 every turn, which gets our life total above 50, so they can't even do the paradoxical outcome thing. And then they chump every turn and they deck themselves. And then this wouldn't matter because they can attack for like 4, 8, 12, 16 over, but we'll be gaining 9 a turn. I don't think we can actually do that before this turns into a death wagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. 9 is it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is looking good for them. Witching Well is going to kill us with a load of Thopters. Do they have flying, or they've just become... No, they still have flying. I'm going to let the opponent do it though, because it's quite fun to see. And it also probably, to be honest, actually runs their clock down a bit more as well, because it's going to take them still a couple of turns to kill us. Won't make it easy for them. Play our creatures. We'll block them. Could actually be worth attacking with our flying lifelink vigilancy thing this time to actually save some life. Kills 2 of these things. What does he do? Probably not much. Prevent damage that something would deal. Make them have to attack him, it just buys us a little bit of life. They just attack him next turn, to be honest. I don't think he does anything. Let's just play this guy. We did it pre-combat, gives other things. Flying is sort of irrelevant. Gives them first strike and it gives them double strike. In fact, this thing with double strike seems kind of cool. Alright, beginning of the combat, everything gets everything, so it's going to tell me on the here, hopefully. So they've all got flying, lifelink, vigilance, double strike. So these can't block them. I think we just swing at everything and then they can do the maths. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Gives us stuff, makes us stuff less pathetic than 1-1-E. Alright, opponent chooses to do the sensible thing and take some damage, and then this thing go and kill us. It's legendary, isn't he? So yeah, I can't see a way that we win this, but I mean, I guess the slightly underhanded way we win it is that we make them take another 3 minutes, and then they can kill us in 5 minutes in the third game. But you know, they've chosen to play a long-winded deck, so let's see if they can do it quickly. They might be really good. You know, that really helps them. Have they got the? I think they've got the blue mana left. They've got the Mox Amber untapped, so they can do a paradoxical outcome again. Pick up all of these. How many things have they actually got with 0 though? This is an artifact, non-artifact spells. So I don't think they can do that this turn, so I think they're still on the plan of killing us with all these, but then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, that's probably enough. I can stop one of them with the Gideon. Hopefully they just have something really good here. Like a mass bounce spell. Okay, they have got the paradox. Cool. I don't even know if that's... I guess if as long as they can cast all these again. Can they? Do they have mana? I don't think they can, are they? They're just going for the Aether Flux plan, are they? I guess the Mox Amber comes out again and they can play the Witching one again. No, they're probably fine. I just thought they picked up more than they could put down again, but the Emery's not really no use for them anymore. I guess they can play the Emery if they want to off the Mox Amber. Witching Well is the last one, is it, apart from that? Makes sense just to play as many things that get artifacts. I think they're fine. I thought they'd sort of hamstring themselves a little bit by not having the mana to play out everything in hand, but the Mox Amber's just really good in this. Sai and the... Because we're going to have each combat. Wow. I thought it was just on our turn. That's pretty cool. That's kind of a nice commander card, isn't it? I think that they can probably kill us either way. They can either get to 50 life and bonk us with this, or this just goes off. So I guess our out is that we draw a land. No, that's definitely not useful. So if I play the Gideon, get the emblem, what does that do? I feel like getting the emblem and turning one of their things off is identical, because they just attack him with it, or don't attack him with it, but we've turned it off, so it's kind of irrelevant really. So go to combat, attack with everything, because why not? They've all got lifelink and stuff. They've all got vigilance and that, and if they take out any blockers, then it's less attackers next turn. I feel like they're just taking it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, doubled, 16, they could have 18. it kind of takes away this win con from them, and it takes away time on their clock, which is almost the most important thing right now. So they do that. I've got nothing to play around with. I've done the maths here in terms of working out what they back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know. Let's let them work it out in a sec. Let's just get the emblem. This will be +1, it gets to 4. How big are these things? 4 4s? 5 5s. Whatever, let's do that. Actually, this thing doesn't ping anything, does it? It just ping 50 to any target. So yeah, it does stop this completely now. See if we're dead. The card I'm thinking of that they might have is just something like Reaper's Rebuke, or there's the one that people actually play in Commander, Cyclonic Rift. I think that bounces everything there, doesn't it? Or is it just target players or all opponents? I don't know. That's the one. That's pretty good. Toughness less than equals number of islands, so that's everything. And I think they've done that in response to the... I thought they'd just gone through their attack phase. That would have been good. Yeah, instant. This card's really good. I think it used to be played in standard. Toughness less than that, so all them, and then they've... Yeah, that's pretty good. So they bounced some of their own stuff, like the non-artifact creatures, before they were before the Antiquities War happened. So like the Emery and the Sai went back to hand. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this because I think 5 minutes is just long enough for them to win. So I think we actually have to board in the Settle the Wreckage here to just try and kind of stall it out a little bit. Probably just let's just go full on defensive. I think these are bad because they don't do anything, and if we have the rest in peace, let's just go full on defensive. I think even though we're on the play, I just don't think we can kill them before they do their stuff. The Gideon seems really bad though. That's not going to do anything. I think this guy just comes in instead of the Gideon. What is he actually going to do? Be a 4/4 is what he's going to do, which isn't terrible, but is it absolutely heinous of us to just play this and try and stall the game as much as possible? So we gain life every turn. We can't block Thopters, but we can block 5/5s with it. Seems really unfun to play that, but definitely not playing him. Forsake seems good. I think I'm just going to go pure defense. Declaration Stone doesn't even seem that good. What are they? Okay, oh, actually it does. It does seem quite good. Just get rid of all the Thopters. This time, I think if we had the same choice, we'd just leave the side there. He's going to do his thing anyway. They protected it anyway, but we save that and just take out all the Thopters. So, do we want 4 of them now? Sure. Alright, we're not going to play a Nyx-Fleece. Or are we? God knows. Alright, Brave the Element seems bad. Alright, let's cut all of those and bring in. Do we want any Brave the Elements? Doesn't even sort out the Engulfer Shore, does it? Alright, let's do this. We're going full on, stall them out. I think it's the only way we can beat him, really. I think even that game we had 2 pieces of hate against them. We had the Forsake, quite timely manner, got rid of the first Aether Flux. They can chain together turns where they sort of have nothing and then draw into getting all the pieces back. So we've got 2 lands, we've got 4-drop, we've got 2-drop, we've got 2 2-drops, and we've got the Settle, we've got double Settle. It's quite a lot of insurance. Let's go for it. It's really defensive. It doesn't really matter which one. I guess we've just played this one first and just start gaining life. Yeah, let's just try and beat them with the clock. They can probably just win in that time though. It probably is short enough time. If they get a nice quick start. The problem is I don't think we've got many ways of stopping them. We haven't got answers really to what they're trying to do. So I don't think it matters which we play first here. In fact, I'll just play the Tomik first. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Doesn't feel like it makes a huge amount of difference. Tomik can kind of start attacking, but that's like 10 turns. Setting up. Life will be good. Land will be good. Life's guaranteed. Okay, we got the land. So go for the Tomik. Definitely should have cast this guy, I suppose, but we don't have any other way of gaining life anyway on that third turn or fourth turn anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant. I don't think this is really correct to board it. Like I said, I don't know if it belongs in the sideboard anyway, because it's so defensive that stalling games out isn't going to win you games. So instead, stalling them out is probably just going to lose you games a bit later. Should we play another one? Opponent did nothing that last turn. I really don't think it's worth playing another one. If we do this, what will we gain? 2 life. So it's kind of irrelevant. So let's attack first. How can they screw us up by us attacking? I could like bounce it, but you know, I think us attacking makes any difference to anything. I guess they haven't cast anything, so we could just have paradoxical outcome probably fine. Just pick up like everything they just played, play it all again next turn, or nothing. What have they got then in hand? Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay, Sigh. They must have just drawn in there, because otherwise they would have played it last turn, right? I think we're probably going to be okay this game just because we've got a double settle. It just feels really mean and we're just going to try and time them out. It's just... But yeah, we can't beat them fairly. Alright, do we play oddballs or do we go for the sneaky flip on this next turn? I guess we do this, and next time we play him, and then everything's got first strike trample lifelink, which is great for 0/5s. I guess the first thing we do is attack the Tomik. I don't think we can die in the next couple of turns. Like, well, I know we can, unless they do some really weird stuff with Aetherflux Reservoir that I don't seem to be able to do. So at least I think their clock is quite slow. I don't think it's probably literally impossible. I think for them to kill you before they've got a certain amount of land on the battlefield, because even if they cast like the Inspiring Statuary, they then have to have other mana up, and they need to have like Emery and Mox Amber down. They need to like tap the Mox Amber, play another Mox Amber out of the graveyard, play a Paradoxical Outcome, do all of that before they even have the mana to cast the Aetherflux Reservoir. So I think like we're fine for several turns. One or two turns time, we might be in trouble. But yeah, that turn we seem quite safe. We could do a draw and an answer to the Aetherflux, because if that's the way they're going to kill us, then we haven't really got a way of stopping that. I guess the way of stopping it is we chop their life total down quicker than they can grow it, and the clock kills them. But in a timed game, we'd probably beat them with a clock. In a normal game, sorry, not normal game, in just a casual game, I think they'd just win here. I don't think we've got a way of beating them fairly. So play this dude. I'm not going to hold the settle up because they're not they're not going to turn these into 4/4s anytime soon. Everything gets everything. I guess I attack with this guy. They don't want to lose these. Do I attack with this? No, because they can just double block. Just attack with Tomik. Sure. No vigilance, let's pay. We'll play our thing and then pass. I think it's got to land. Flip this guy. See, if he'd flipped before combat, that'd been quite nice, and we could have actually attacked, but. Yeah, okay, I think they're probably out of time now, because even if they do the whole spinning the wheels, 2 minutes is quite a short amount of time to do it. That's quite nice if they can draw a card. They can probably spin some wheels this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 if they've got a Mox Amber. I don't remember if they had a Mox Amber earlier. I think they did. Yeah, okay. Ugh. At least it's not artifact spells though, so they can't. If they cast Aethelix Reservoir, that's everything for the turn, isn't it? Could be really sneaky, like change the time that we're pressing OK, give them a throw them off a little bit and eat up vital seconds. These settles look really bad right now because they're not on the Antiquities War plan at all. Probably balled it out. Even though it beat us, we probably didn't. So I'm going to guess we're playing this guy post combat, and I guess we're attacking with this and this. It's got first strike, so you have to lose quite a lot of attackers. So I think these are quite important to them to be able to cast the improvisey things. Then we just attack with a few things. We don't really care about losing creatures here. We just attack with these three. Like they can just bump heads here or whatever. Bop, bop, bop. Just trying to chip the life total down, so if they have got the reservoir turn, they maybe didn't get to 50. And I don't think they will in this time anyway. It's one of those decks, it's kind of fun, and it's also kind of, I hate playing them because you get games where you just sort of draw stuff and you spin your wheels and you spin your wheels and you spin your wheels and you die. Or you just don't draw the right things, you kind of keep drawing random cards and there's just more draw spells and they're just more draw spells. What have they got? Engulf the whatever? Is that going to do anything? Yeah, I mean it bounced everything, so that wouldn't seem that good. I don't know. Alright, just doing that again. Saving their creature, doing it now, fine. I mean, it sets them up for a potential sort of winning turn, I guess. And I have no way at all of interacting with it. So, I mean, I play this and it comes in as another life. I can't get beyond 50. The question is, can they get 44 life next turn? I mean, in 38 seconds. Okay, we're probably right. Especially because they're not clicking through combat, helping us out. You know what? There's no point in playing this. Let's just hold up Settle the Wreckage in case they somehow make all these things into 10/10s. Yeah, 30 seconds. Good luck. 27. I hate the clock on Magic Online. It seems to. Oh, it just went 20. Went up. It kind of might be because my computer's slow, but it kind of like it really seems to muck around when you really need vital seconds on it. I think they've just conceded anyway, haven't they? Yeah. So we'll call that one the end of video 2, and we'll do one more. It's getting a bit late, but we'll do one more video and see if we can go theoretically 3-0.